Hello from Akasa Living. We want to talk today more about the solar plexus. The solar plexus can be identified both in the physical and the metaphysical or energetic. The solar plexus in the physical is a ganglia or a network of nerves that actually sits in the mid-torso behind that stomach. It is made up of the celiac, the vagus, and the splenic nerves. Some people add another nerve into that, but that's primarily the ones. The vagus nerve has an anterior and posterior. So the vagus nerve goes out through the whole body. Basically, it controls everything. Our heart rate, our blood pressure, our respiratory, our digestion, our thinking, everything, our mind, everything is controlled by this nerve system. The celiac controls our digestion. Our splenic controls if we feel pain or not, if we feel anything or not. So someone with something like I have, like fibromyalgia, someone who suffers from any of the fight, flight, or freeze illnesses, anyone who has chronic anxiety, who suffers from being introverted and would rather be more of an extrovert, anyone who suffers from having fear, who anything of that nature. It stands to reason that part of the problem is their physical solar plexus. We're talking in the physical right now, folks. So the physical solar plexus is part of the autonomic nervous system. And when it is out of whack, when it is not functioning properly, all of these things do not function properly within us. And we are very unhealthy people. Very unhealthy indeed. And as you can see, the range of symptoms, the range of morbidities that someone would be manifesting, they would be all over the place because these nerves, this ganglia of nerves, they spread throughout the entire body. So when you have this one ganglia of nerves in this one location, and this one location is what is not functioning properly, this alone would cause somebody to have comorbidities that would seem to not match at all. That's why you would be diagnosed with a syndrome. That's why they would say, this doesn't make any sense. This is why you would be called a hypochondriac. Your physical solar plexus not being in proper functioning order. Now, how many people have ever gone to the physician and your physician said, I think the issue is your physical solar plexus isn't working right? How many people have ever even heard the doctor talk about their physical solar plexus? How many people have ever heard them say, I think it's that ganglia of nerves that has not been taken care of properly, and therefore they're all just not functioning correctly. We've heard some about the vagus nerve, but the celiac nerve with it. Now, many people have heard of celiac disease, and so that's been associated with like fibromyalgia, to the point that it was given full credit for the entire illness, which is not true. And so, yeah, bits and pieces of it, but that it's all right there in this whole ganglia of nerves. It goes all the way up to the brain and how the mind functions, all the way out to our touchy-feelies, everything that we feel, including our pain sensations, and our entire fight, flight, and freeze, plus our digestion, our heart rate, our pulse, our blood pressure, and our digestion, all right there. Plus, how well we perform in life, all right there in the solar plexus, a physical place. Yeah. Now, as I have pointed out many times now, the issue with our physical health is we have not known that we're energetic beings. So we have been treating the physical, putting Band-Aids on the physical, not understanding what was causing the physical problems. And in this case, we had all of them right there in one spot and not addressing it as it's this whole spot. We've been taking one little section of it and saying, well, it's this part, it's that part. No, it's the whole part. This is the whole thing. It's the solar plexus. And it's not the physical solar plexus. It's the energetic. We haven't been treating ourselves as the energetic beings that we are. We haven't dealt with our energetic body. It's just like when somebody doesn't deal with the fact that their physical body has to be in shape or they're going to be ill, that all they've done their entire lives is not taking care of the physical body, and they wonder why they're sick. We all understand that. We may not like it, but we can all understand it. We may all be guilty of it, but we can understand it. Yeah, I'm not healthy. I know why. I haven't eaten right. I've never exercised. I've done this, this, and this. So the physical body has gone to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, I don't like it, but I get it. Okay. Now extrapolate that out. We understand we're a physical body. We understand whether we've worked with it or not. We understand that, yeah, I kind of got what I asked for there because I didn't take care of it. Okay. Well, we haven't known because we weren't told and didn't know, basically, that we're energetic beings. So we haven't taken care of the energetic body at all. And the energetic body is what creates us and fuels us. And if we don't take care of that, then the physical body gets into dis-ease or disease. So this whole ganglia, the nerves, which controls everything about us, gets sick. And then it doesn't matter if physicians want to go in and pick and choose which little part to Band-Aid. You're not fixing the problem. You can't even diagnose the problem, which is why we have all these syndromes now with no real diagnosis for people. And we're calling them hypochondriacs and sending them home and saying, well, they're those chronic pain people, invisible illness people. They're those people. And we don't know what to do with them. Well, what we do with them is we help them with their energetic bodies. That's what we do. And the solar plexus, right square dab in the middle of us, folks. That's what we need to be dealing with. That's why we're having a whole conversation here on the solar plexus. It's where our confidence lies, our self-esteem. It's where we assert our true needs. It's where our power over ourself, not others, but our self-mastery. Power is never manipulation. When we manipulate, that is because we feel out of control. Manipulation is a sign of feeling out of control. We manipulate to regain control. We do not have to manipulate when we are confident and know that we are self-masterful. When we are operating in the frequency of love, love does not manipulate. Love does not manipulate. Confidence understands that the only things you want in your life are the things that you have attracted to your life, because that is the only thing that is resonant for your life. If you manipulate to have something in or not in your life, that energy will not be resonant and it will not be the right thing for your life. Self-mastery is to only have in your life that which is truly attracted to your life. That takes confidence. That is true power. And that is what the solar plexus is for. That is where we're not afraid. It doesn't mean we don't feel fear. We may feel it, but we have self-mastery over it. Doesn't mean that we don't feel sadness or pain or hurt. We have self-mastery over it. We allow ourselves to feel it. We don't deny it. Denial of those things is not self-mastery. That's denial of the truth. That's allowing the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room will sit on your chest, and then you can't breathe. The elephant in the room is when we don't speak our truth. And then there's a lump in your throat, and you're choking. Self-mastery is asserting your true needs and acceptance of others doing the same. To mutual respect. You only want that which is attracted to you. The way energy works is by attraction. If you grab a hold of something and hold on to it, that is not attraction. When you're holding something, or when you've snuck up behind something and you manipulated it to happen, there's not attraction. There's not resonant energy. There's non-resonant energy, and that causes chaos. When you look at protons, electrons, and neutrons, when something acts upon them that is not the right attraction energy, then the nucleus of that gets unstable and it forms a whole other compound, a whole other molecular structure forms. Something else forms. When it becomes unstable and chaotic, it goes boom and creates something else, or it implodes and creates something else. But when attraction happens and it stays stable, when positives and negatives come in and out with stability, it maintains its stability and it stays what it is. We want to operate with attraction. You want to be who you are. You assert who you are. You don't want someone else acting upon you, changing who you are. You don't want to implode or go boom. You don't want someone else telling you who you are. You want to be sovereign over yourself. You don't want someone else asserting their authority over you. You want mutual respect. You want self-respect. Your own respect, and you want someone else to respect you. You respect someone else. So you are attracted and you stay in synchronicity, just like protons, electrons, neutrons do in a stable orbit. But if one goes acting upon the other, erratically, manipulating, then there's an explosion or implosion and it becomes something else entirely. Their true needs are not being met. One is getting their needs met and the other one has sacrificed because of it. And not willingly so. There wasn't a conversation there. It was just you went boom. So the solar plexus is where we have the personal fuel within us that we have built upon by having that red light of the root chakra. Well, first we have our karma and wound healing in the Earth Star chakra, which we don't have to have, but it certainly helps to do. So, and since we know about it, we have the level of consciousness now to know, let's use it. And then we have the root chakra, that red light, that beautiful red light. We envision that red light. And that is our base. We belong here. We have the power to manifest. All of our basic needs are there. We are confident of that. And then we come up to the more mature fire, the more orange light, where same things. We have desires. We want to create. We want to have. We know we have the right to. Everything from basic family life to business, to our sexual desires, but in a more mature manner. and our creativity with the navel chakra, that softer peach light. Now we come on up to the golden yellow light of the solar plexus. Those were the strength, the power of conviction, the tenacity, and the fuel. The solar, the sun within us. You've heard the phrase, if there's no sunshine, carry your own with you. Right here. So that your physical health is radiating throughout your entire body at all times as well. That's the solar plexus, folks. Your energetic well-being and your physical well-being is all being taken care of. Right there in the middle of you, right smack dab in the middle of you. Self-mastery. I've talked a great deal about energetic behavioral patterns. It all has to do with our level of consciousness and our personal choices of our sovereignty of self. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. But now, when I'm in this level of consciousness, this is what I know. But now, one of the main things we have to do with the power, self-mastery of our solar plexus is forgive. Forgive everything we did at a different level of consciousness. When you didn't know, you didn't know. But when you do know, do better. Now, some of the things that we have done, we knew better. We had not yet integrated it. I know better than to eat too much chocolate or I put on weight. Sometimes I integrate it, sometimes I don't. At those moments that I don't integrate it, there's something going on with me that is causing me not to. Now, I can continue to put energy into beating myself up over it, or I can get to the level of conscious awareness where I realize what I'm doing, and I can stop wasting energy on beating myself up. I can forgive myself for it, and I can pull that energy back to myself, raise it up to the vibrational frequency of the conscious awareness. Okay, you've got to do something about this, you know, and then use that energy to do something about it. That is self-mastery. That is changing your energetic behavior. We're all responsible to do those things at all times. And we're responsible to do them for ourselves and for no one else. It is not our job to tell anyone else what to do. It simply isn't. If someone else is not doing what we want them to do, then the attraction is not there. We are not resonant. So they may be in the frequency of unconditional love as well. They can be in the bandwidth of it, but we're just simply not resonant. We're in a different part of that bandwidth. It doesn't mean that they're down here and that they're below the bandwidth of it. It just means we're not in the same resonance. So we wish them light and love and we let them go be them. It doesn't mean that at some point they won't come back around and be in resonance with us. But at this point, they're not. If we hold on to them and make them stay, manipulate them to stay, we're not going to be happy. And neither are they, because we have acted upon their free will. When our solar plexus, whether it's in the physical or the metaphysical, the spiritual, is blocked, this is what we do. We manipulate other people, or we allow ourselves to be manipulated. We have the physical symptoms I've been talking about, the digestive issues, the heart issues, the fear, the anxiety, the fight, flight, and freeze. All those illnesses that the doctors don't know what to do with, or that they have us on these medications for, that are just managing the problems, but not fixing the problems. These are the energetic changes we make to fix the problems. And they all stem from knowing that we are energetic beings and that this one chakra needs major attention. And that by dealing with this one chakra, we are going to improve so many things. But none of the chakras act independently. Note this one chakra, we need to build upon the others. Then once we get this chakra in wonderful shape, we've got more chakras to go. And the truth of the matter is, folks, the chakras are not just this straight line of lights in the center of our bodies. Our chakras are everywhere. Our chakras are the points of energetic transference that have to do with all the communication that goes on with everything around us. But this particular one is of vast importance. So I hope you understand that this particular chakra does deserve more time. This is the chakra that has to do with setting those personal perimeters, or as some people prefer, boundaries. And sometimes boundaries is what it takes. This chakra actually has to do with our wisdom. That's why we have gut instincts, the gut mind. Our thoughts, our emotions, our decision to act or not to act, especially our quick decisions. All of that stuff comes from this particular chakra. So whether or not we're making wise choices, good choices, or whether or not we're choosing at all, or we're just letting life happen to us, this is where our core values are. Our will is. This is where your sovereignty of self lies. Sovereignty of self is self-mastery. This is your self-care. Your solar plexus is your self-care. Yes, you have to build upon these other chakras. And then when you get to this one, that is where you're like, hold on. I have the confidence because I know from my root chakra that I have the right to, I'm supposed to be here. But again, that is our very basic. That's the beginning of it all. And then the more mature, of course, is that orange light. Those are manifesting as an adult. But then the power, first of all, the fuel, and then the mastery, the control. It's controlled energy, controlled fuel. This is solar plexus. This is also what allows us to take, I said forgiveness. We forgive. We don't just forgive ourselves. We have to forgive others. It is a waste of this energy to not forgive others. That doesn't mean we let them do it again. That's why the boundaries or our parameters are there. Now, a few other things I want to tell you about the solar plexus. An inverted pyramid is the symbol for it, with like some unfolding petals. I think there's 10 of them in the center or whatever. But the pyramid shape is what I want to focus on. That is because the power is coming down, and it's coming down, it's broad, a huge amount of power coming down. This power is coming down, and we want to use that power to create the life we want, all right? Our own life, not other people's. That's up to them. Love doesn't tell, and we are made of love. Love doesn't tell other people what to do. We don't do this, we attract. Or no one's happy, okay? So then once we have decided what we're going to do, once we have our own will in place, then we want to ground that. And so that's what that point is for. So the energy comes down then and we ground that. So we are grounded. And you notice where we'll go through. It's going to go through that orange, right? That more mature energy, that creative energy. There's all of our energy for Here's my power, my self-mastery, born right through our creativity and right through all of our grown-up desires and wants, okay, in our expansion of consciousness. Then right through our younger, less mature, which says, yeah, that's what we want. That's it. We're all fired up about it, right? And yeah, we belong here too. Yeah, we were invited here. We belong here, right? That youthful, kind of cocky, arrogant, when we're healthy and we just know that we belong here. And then right down through our Chiron moon healing in the Earth Star Chakra, all the way to the core of Mother Earth and the crystalline grid there, which says, yes, I did invite you here. And we're plugged right into that grid too. So then the points of energetic transference, we're connected to everything with the Earth then. So that is what that inverted pyramid is for. Okay. And there's another reason too why I'm quite confident they've been telling me when we do pyramids now for meditation to put ourselves inside an inverted pyramid, not an upright pyramid. That is something that they've had us doing too. Now, when we are meditating, we should picture the solar plexus as this golden, wonderful, bright, I'll see lights, wonderful golden, bright light in the middle of our abdomen, okay? And see it going clockwise, and see it just glowing and glowing, and see it starting small if you want, and getting bigger and bigger. Come up from, see the red light first and the orange light with the peach, and then come on up to the solar plexus and then see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It is your own internal sunshine. Many people associate it with the great central sun, or Helios, as some people refer to it. Others call it by different names. Some think it's a Palladian sun. Others have different names for it. Helios is what I've been told. But the great central sun within us, it is our own power source, okay? That our source energy comes down and comes into, all right? So that is what we're going to do with this meditation is we're going to keep it very simple. I'm not going to say a whole lot, which I don't want to do with the meditations. I want the meditations to focus mostly on the time you have to absorb the energy and to get your own messages. And those messages come from whatever your belief system is. I'm not going to tell you what to believe, and I want you to use your own belief system. What matters is that you're putting the time in for self-mastery. That's what matters, is you're putting the time in to connect with your own energetic beingness, to build your own light body, to connect with your own energy, so that you can become healthy energetically, so you can become healthy physically. This is your health, wellness, prosperity, and abundance plan, folks. This is how we have longevity of life. This is how we have life and more abundant. This is how we have our heaven on earth. I don't care what your belief system is. It doesn't matter. Your belief system is yours and yours alone. That is private. That is up to you. What matters is that we understand that we are protons, electrons, neutrons. We are energy. And if we don't take care of the energetic, if we don't learn to manage the energetic body, we are not healthy. Our relationships aren't healthy. And with energy, relationship is everything. First with self. Absolutely with self. The solar plexus is all about relationship with self. It's the center of ourself. It is self-mastery. It is understanding that we put self first, because if we are not stable ourselves, if we don't know our own energy and have self-mastery, if we are not practicing personal respect, if we're not in that energy, if that is not the energy we are giving out, then that is not the energy we are getting back. If we are an energy that is not respectful, then we are not respecting others. and the energy we get back is disrespectful. And we have been taught energetic behavioral styles, but different levels of consciousness that teach us just the opposite. We have very distorted views on what mutual respect is. Very distorted views. We believe that controlling situations is the right thing to do. And that is the smart, clever thing to do. Believe me, I know because I taught it. I taught business people to manage the situation. No. I also, though, knew enough to know the problem is the right people aren't in the right jobs. It was non-resident energies. So I got those people out of the jobs they didn't belong in and put the right people in the right jobs. But they still didn't change the fact that you had people working together that were non-resident energies, and that had to be managed. And that improved things. But then the problem was we extrapolated it out. And this is how we started managing our lives at home. Instead of getting out of the non-resident relationships at home. At work, we were kind of stuck with those. Other people hired those people in. So we had to learn to bridge to those and deal with those non-resident energies. That was the wise thing to do. Either that or change jobs. That was the wiser thing to do. Work somewhere where it was a resonant energy. Don't stay in a job that's not the right job for you, to be perfectly honest. And most people, eventually that's what they did. That's why I was a consultant. I wanted resonant energy. And that's what I made sure I had, was resonant energy as much as possible. But we extrapolated it out and we took it to our home lives. Because society told us, you have to stay. You're bad if you don't. But the problem was society had not told us how to be in resonant home lives to begin with. We had not been told how to pick the right home life to begin with, how to pick the right job to begin with, how to build the right life to begin with. But we were told we were stuck with it. You are not bad for finding the life that resonates with you. And when you find that life, you're going to stay with it. You're going to stay with it because it's going to be attraction, not manipulation or forced. It's attraction. Okay. Healthy solar plexus, built upon the other healthy chakras. And then we're going to keep going up, up, up. All right. Again, belief system doesn't matter. You can have whatever belief system you want. This is about your energetic body. This is your health and wellness. All right. So if your practice is to light a candle, please do so now. If you meditate with crystals, please get them now. If your mind wanders while you're meditating, everybody's does. Please don't make you think that you're bad or you're doing it wrong. Please don't stop meditating because of it. Please don't think I can't do this. Yes, you can. You're doing just fine. You're doing like everyone else. All you do is go back to breathing, go back to meditating, get right back on target and keep going. And if your mind wanders again, do it again. It's perfectly fine. Everyone has random thoughts come in when they're meditating. Just let the thoughts go. That's part of what meditation is for, is to just let those random thoughts come and go. It's to clear the mind. Okay? And those random thoughts may have something to do with messages that you need to be getting, that you need to deal with. You may find that those random thoughts aren't random thoughts at all. So there is no wrong way to do this. So don't stop. Stick with it, okay? All right. Now, whenever we get to the point that the energy is where it is supposed to be, I will simply end what I'm doing, and then there will be music that continues to play with the energy at that level. Whenever the music ends, you can loop it and keep going if you need more time, or just end it according to your practice, okay? I do recommend journaling afterwards. You can free write afterwards. You may have messages coming to you. You may have dreams at night that give you the messages instead, or you may just be sitting around and say, oh, I just know something. I do recommend that you write this stuff down. You're going to think that you're going to remember it, but it's going to get to where you are getting so much, because your level of consciousness is just going to go up, up, and up, which means you're just going to be learning more and more and more about yourself and the world. And it's kind of good to go back and look and see, oh, wow, I remember that day. And oh, yeah, I remember that. And it's kind of a good exercise sometimes to go back and see how far you've come, and the things that you figured out about yourself and the world around you, and the connectedness and the connecting the dots that you do. It can be helpful. So if we're ready, the music that plays, I use that so there's no subliminals in it. There's nothing in it. It's pure. It's in the frequency of unconditional love. So I told him what key I needed. The key is the frequency. And I told him, he wrote it in like 3 minutes and said, I got it. And I said, okay. And so we recorded it sitting right here. And we called it Unconditional Love. And so my friend Carlos did it. And I always have his information there, so you can go and listen to his stuff or go to his website. And we're actually going to be doing a podcast with him soon, so you'll be able to listen to him. Carlos and Cucho. Cucho plays drums. Carlos is from South America. Cucho's from Cuba, I believe. So we're going to be doing interviews with them soon. But yes, beautiful, beautiful guitar work. So that's the music you're listening to. There's nothing embedded in that music. It is just pure frequency of unconditional love. All right, is the name, Unconditional Love. And Tiger's Eye for the solar plexus is in citrine, and yellow tourmaline. Those are the crystals that are recommended for it. I'm using selenite and dormite is what I'm meditating with as well. And I have black tourmaline here, but I do have tiger's eye as well. Okay, are we ready? All right. Just close your eyes and let's go ahead and put ourselves in that inverted pyramid. And let's fill it with pink, transcendent love. It's a pink light, that high vibrational frequency light. And if it is your practice, of course, I didn't say this, if it is your practice, you may call in your ancestors or angelic beings or whatever beings of the light that you work with for your best and highest good. Do so now if that's your practice. You may sit or lie, whichever it is you like to do. Just be sure your energy column is straight. And let's breathe in to our lower abdomen. And exhale. And breathe in again. Breathing in that pink light, feeling the power of the pyramid as it enhances the energy around us, grounding us to Mother Earth, grounding us through our Chiron wound healing, and the Earth Star Chakra, and exhaling all that does not serve us. And one more time. Breathing in, holding it, letting it permeate every part of your beingness. That wonderful pink light, feel the pink aura around you. Just feel it. If you don't envision or feel it, just let yourself imagine. candy, floating in a cotton candy cloud. And upon the exhale, you're letting everything go. You'll see a red light at your root chakra, whirling, swirling, twirling. This root chakra is calibrated perfectly for you and cleansed. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing into the root chakra and breathing out. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Now in through the sacral chakra with the orange light. And of course the navel chakra is there, and there's peach light. See it whirling, swirling, twirling. These chakras are being cleansed and purified, being put in perfect synchronicity, calibrated perfectly for you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Beautiful. And now we come to the solar plexus in the middle of our abdomen. We're going to call ourselves back to ourselves across all time, space, universes, lifetimes, dimensions, and incarnations, past, present, and future. Any thoughts, any part of ourselves that we have left anywhere, anything we are lingering on that we don't seem to be able to let go of, any unforgiveness, anything that we're hoping for that we're not able to focus because our mind is always going there, anything that we are not able to let go of in the past, the conversation we just had that we are lingering on. We're calling all of ourselves to ourselves. Any incident that happened that is just eating at us, we're calling all of ourselves to ourselves. Anything that we gave ourselves to that seems to have kept us and fragmented us, we're calling all of our fragments of ourselves back to ourselves now, at the vibrational frequency we are in now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as we feel all of that energy, all of that power returning to our solar plexus. We feel ourselves getting stronger and stronger in the middle. Feel that power coming back. If you don't feel it, just trust that it's happening. And we release ourselves energetically from all entanglements of any kind across all time, space, universes, lifetimes, dimensions, and incarnations, past, present, and future, whether we have entered into them on our own, or knowingly or unknowingly, or whether someone else is holding us in some way, knowingly or unknowingly, or whether we're holding on to someone else, knowingly or unknowingly, whether it is with thoughts, words, deeds, written, however it is being done. No one should hold anyone energetically. We're at the level of consciousness where we refuse to be held, and we do not wish to hold anyone. So we release them now, and we declare ourselves free as well. This includes focused thought, where someone else is focusing their thought on us and trying to impose their will upon us, whether it is malicious or not malicious. And we ask forgiveness for the times that we have done these things. And we forgive those who have done these things to us. There is no ill will here. We simply raise the energies up to the vibrational frequency of unconditional love. And we call our energy back to us, and we return their energy to them. No maliciousness attached. It's all unconditional love. All unconditional love. But we declare everything unencumbered. Our energy is unencumbered in any way. And it does not matter what kind of entanglement it was. Whether it was voodoo, hexes, spells, contracts, whatever it may have been, our energy is free, unencumbered. We are sovereign of self. We practice self-mastery, respect, and we give respect. That is the energy we are in. That is the energy we put out. All is released now. We are energy. We don't need anything fancy to do this. We are simply energy, and that is all that is required. It is understanding that we cannot be held, nor do we wish to hold anyone else. Release, release, release. Go in peace and return our energy in peace and love. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All is forgiven and all is in peace and love. And now we see our solar plexus, a bright yellow light, gold and yellow, in the center of our beingness, in our abdomen, glowing, swirling, twirling. And it's getting brighter and brighter, bigger and bigger. We feel the power of it, our own personal sun, with the power to transmute everything that is not love. Any energies that we encounter, all we need to do is absorb them here, and they are transmuted. All energies, for energy is neither bad nor good. That's personification that we give it. Energy is simply energy. When we encounter energy, we can release it as unconditional love and let it go back to where it came. Or we can absorb it for fuel as unconditional love. Either is fine, but our own internal powerhouse, our own Helios, can absorb anything and turn it into love again for our own personal power. Feel it getting stronger and stronger. If you don't, just imagine it's so. Maybe it is so. So the energy column filling up with this yellow golden light, becoming stronger and stronger. Feel the yellow light. Feel the yellow gold light growing stronger and stronger. Getting bigger and bigger until your inverted pyramid is completely full of golden yellow light. Feel it permeating every part of your beingness. Feel your frequency going up, up, and up. It's filling your heart space, your chest space, expanding out around you, creating an aura. If you don't feel it, just imagine that you do. It's perfectly fine. It's becoming bigger and bigger. Yellow gold light all around you, as if you're sitting in a globe of it, your own great central sun surrounding you. emanating from your solar plexus. We ask it to absorb all that does not serve us, turn it into fuel, energy, power. Turn it into unconditional love. We feel it starting to fill our energy column, going down through our chakras and up through our chakras, continuing to encircle us, connecting us all the way up to our source energy, a brilliant beam of golden, white, yellow light. As our two natures of energy balance, allowing and acting so that we may be in perfect alignment, without illusion or delusion, for our best and highest good reality in this lifetime, in this plane of existence. The rest of our chakras being balanced, rotated, centered, aligned, cleansed, calibrated to work in perfect unison. And now we may just sit in the yellow gold light and absorb it and heal and grow and strengthen our solar plexus. You may absorb this energy as long as you like, and in the meditation according to your practice when you are ready.